Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots rage their battles to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers, robots in disguise. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers.
It is the year 2020. The space bridge wars have fractured the Transformers meets Robotech universe, leading to a treacherous new timeline where the line between good and evil, Autobot and Decepticon, is decimated. Enter the alt.transformers.mush, a faction of Wreck Gar Cybertronians sent out to scour the galaxy looking for renegades. They have chosen a new name, the Carna, and their companions, the Maxis, as they vie for control of the cosmos. But somewhere in the distance of space is a nearly forgotten, shining planet, one which calls to them, Cybertron. So no matter which side wins, every bot suffers the corrosion of war without end.
So, what happens when we get the ship running again? We head for Cybertron.
Cybertron? That's not where I want to end up.
What's wrong with Cybertron? Have you been there, Firebird?
Well, no.
Believe me, it's not a good place to be going.
Why?
It's a bit of a war zone.
Is it really that bad?
Cybertron might not be the most pleasant place to visit, but they do have the right technology and alloys to repair the ship.
Wonderful.
You can always transfer to another ship.
Not a bad idea, but I think I'll stick it out.
Somehow I figured you would stay.
Oh yeah, too far into it to quit now.
Before Cybertron was, I was. Autobot. Autobot.
What? What's going on?
Hello, Autobot. Can you hear me?
Who are you? Who am I? And what happened to me? Where is your ship?
Where did you leave it? The Autobots there are in danger. We've got to help them, but we don't know where they are.
Wait, how did I get here?
Your friend called for help, and we rescued you from those Decepticon shipbuilding yards.
But I was killed at the rescue.
All he had time to tell us was that your ship was stranded and you needed help.
I don't remember very much.
Can you tell us where it is?
I was killed. I can't remember much after that.
You can't remember the ship or its broadcast.
What? I don't remember that.
Try to remember. Many lives depend on you.
I am trying, but I have no memories of anything.
Hold on, I will report this. Perhaps the matrix of creation will affect repairs.
"3 weeks of this. Must we interrogate them again?"
Yes. Crikey, are you enjoying this as much as me?
Where is your ship?
My ship? My ship is on the roof.
Must we continue?
Yes.
And nothing.
We're wasting our time.
We will continue. Where is your ship? My ship? My ship is on the roof. It's like he doesn't know anything anymore. We should hook him up to a mind sifter and leech it out of him. Now, it's been a blast, really. You guys have been fun. You're right. It's not like I trust any answer this Autobot would give me anyway. Galvatron will be here shortly anyway. I'll have him order up the mind probes we'll need. Contact him and then me as soon as it's arranged. Yeah. Ugh. Put him back in the brig with Pounce for now. Yes, sir. Talk, Autobot. Talk, or I'll have to beat you so hard you won't be able to talk now. Your friends probably wouldn't appreciate that very much. You're probably right. Pounce would have my hide. But talk, won't you? Alright, you're an ugly little bastard. Want to get out of these chains? I'm gonna blast you. Yeah, like he said. Shut up. At last, what you've been waiting for, Autobots. The XPT-31 Mind Leech, irresistible. It's the red one. Would have preferred pink, but red'll do. He knows, and I really want to hear him tell. Running. Link established. I am Wreck Gar, Ground Unit Commander for Autobot Starship Regis Maximus. Primary function, military strategy. Secondary function, information officer. Ground Assault Commander. What happened to your ship? It was ambushed at a drop site, but we escaped. But then the engines gave out. You were right. The ship still exists. Of course I was. We were on the ship briefly. Where is the ship now? The ship is in... It's in space. Where in space? Tell us the coordinates. I can't. You must. Can't? No fun. Oh, it is fun. Yes, telling us where your ship is will be fun. Ship's at Sector 48 now. Sector 49, Subsector 22, coordinates 991. Do you believe it? Yes, I do. Vice, throw the prisoners back in the brig. We'll deal with them later. Yes, sir. Contact the lead Centaurio. Priority 1's signal. These coordinates. Tell them that their target may be lethally armed, and that they must strike quickly and decisively. There must be no survivors. I told them, like you said, they will get the signal in 6 minutes. Well, even if the signal arrives quickly, it'll take them at least a half hour to send a troop out to combat that ship. The Lee Centaurio has to scramble the ships. It's on them now. Unbelievable. Who knows what else they've managed to conceal? Quiet. Return to monitoring status. What happened now? It appears Galvatron has disappeared and is not answering hails. Well, as a high-ranking espionage agent, I'd be surprised if Galvatron wasn't even his name. Hey, what's going on? The brig's security monitor. I'll go. Make sure the fleet gets the transmission. Yes. Well, that was strangely satisfying. Get the field around the door. Throw something in it. I see you're a coherent Wreck Gar. Good. What? I'm getting you out of here. Apparently, yes. Not bad. How'd you figure that out? Tracking device on him. If the guard could not pass through the force field, it would go down. Not bad. How'd you figure it out? So by throwing him halfway into it, it turned it off. What you doing? They put a tracking device on you to read your mind. I'm removing it. We're both kind of a mess. I've been pulling things off of me as well. Hope you didn't miss any tracking devices. I think I got most of the ones that aren't painful anyway. Aye, me noggin's clearing. Did I tell them anything? Yes, but nothing useful. Hopefully they've moved the ships by now. It's been 3 weeks. What did I tell them? Oh, relax. Just relax. Relax? Really? Autobots, transform and roll out. Let's go then. I appear to be stuck in robot mode. You again. Who are you? Well, I'm way in over my head, but I technically don't have a head anymore. I'm a ghost. The prisoner shot me with an electro scrambler and escaped. That wouldn't cause you to hallucinate me, buddy. Wait, what the? He's gone. What happened in here? That prisoner used an electro scrambler on me. Shot me and knocked me out. But now I'm seeing things. Well, I see. Report to the medical bay. You kind of look like a zombie. I got this. I'll head to the medical bay. Scrambler gave me a good one. I'll have it checked out. You do that, sir. See you with that session, little guy. Little guy. Ugh. Pounces on the other side of that wall with one of the tapes. I'll take Pounce. You fire on the computer. Oh, you're like the space sled. You fool! You destroyed the wall! You won't get away with this. That was fun. No, that was fun. Now that the air is back in the bay. You call that fun? I see our friend Pounce is out for the count. The bastard. Let's get out of here. Well, good riddance. Let's go find a ship that's better than that sled. Oh, it's weird. Galvatron rescued me from the prison cell, and then when I went out to the other prison cell to rescue you, Vice was already dying because he had a transformer stuck in his chest. I stuck it in further. Well, Galvatron, why would he do that? You may thank me at a later time for pressurizing that airlock after you guys got back in. Well, get out of here while you still can. You didn't see me. Let's get out of here before he changes his mind. That sounds like a good idea. I do not remember. I have no memories. I must get them back. You must think harder. They are there. That's better. I remember some things, but nothing about a ship. Are you certain you're in disrepair? I see the ship, yes. The ship was attacked somewhere. Somewhere in space. But I do not remember where. It's not very clear. There must still be damage. There is no damage here. I don't understand. You are a spark. It's like a soul. Your memories and knowledge all there. A spark? So what is this place? You seem tethered to a Decepticon transformer. Am I in the matrix of creation? Or the matrix muerta, the dead matrix? Your spark embodies the creation matrix and the matrix muerta. You mean I'm a zombie? More like a poltergeist. You mean I'm a ghost? A disembodied spark? Ghost without a shell? Ghost, sure. Well, that's just Prime.
He said he'd be back in 2 weeks. It's been 3. I'm getting a mite suspicious. I'm getting a mite worried. Something must have happened to him. Well, we have the ship fixed. That's a reason to get out of here. Why do you say that? The more we wait here, the less likely something's going to happen. Actually, quite the opposite. It's more likely the cons have captured them and made them tell them where we are. Primus, you're right. The longer we stay here, the more likely we'll be found. So how long do we wait? How much risk do we take?
We can't stay here forever, Dragon Optimus. We must get underway sooner or later. My vote is for sooner. Pains me to say it, but I have doubts that they're coming back. They've had a week past their deadline.
I had a hard time accepting it, though. What if Wreck Gar gets back and we're gone? If he gets back here, he can get to Cybertron too. We've got to consider our ship and our other assets. Yeah, just can't bear the thought of leaving him behind, especially after Max's Carta.
Dragon Optimus, default activity. 2 ships. Big ones.
I know I'm getting real tired of this. Discbot, sound red alert. Red alert. Tactical, report. 2 XS-class warships heading in formation to our 9-7.
Designated targets 1 and 2. They're coming about and preparing to fire.
Evasive, hard to port. System report. All our weapons charged. Weapons of manned. Standing by at 60% power. Best we can do. Well, that's too close against XS ships. Gunners, fire at will. Engineering, stand by for fold. Stretchercon, find us a path to fold space.
Already on it, Chief.
We're not hurting them. They're lining us up quick, too. Evasive. Swing us to the other side of the slag maker and stay behind them. Who we got over there? Wrecker Trek, remotely. Get them on the comm. Wreckerbot here. Dragon Optimus, you're drawing their fire right onto us.
I bet we got a few seconds before they realize that you're on our side. Can you fold?
We're not in range yet. We got a larger mass than you.
Gonna take a while to get back.
Can you get out of there? Yes or no?
Yes, in about 5 minutes.
That isn't enough time. We'll never hold them.
They're coming around. Wreckerbot, hard to port. Get back to us. They're between them and us, sir.
You get out of here. I have an idea. Wreck Gar and his friend might come back. We'll wait for him. You guys get out of here. We'll catch up.
If we turn back for them, we'll be destroyed. Fire a flanking salvo. Firing. Fold computations complete. Fold envelope opened. Ready for warp speed. Bulkhead. Warp speed now. We'll see you on the other side. Slipstream, blast those ships.
Yes, sir.
The space bridge aperture is open. The slag maker's firing on the enemy ships. Enter the space bridge. Good luck. Engage.
One of the enemy ships is destroyed and the other disabled.
They've jumped to Cybertron.
Hide us behind the station. Let's find Wreck Gar.
Affirmative.
"30 seconds to defold, Chief."
Confirmed. Stand by.
Defolding.
We're right where we ought to be. Yes. Location confirmed. Autobots, welcome home. Hooah! Cybertron controlled incoming starship. Respond. Cybertron controlled incoming starship. Respond. Clue me in, Scratchercon.
I am Regis Maximus.
Regis Maximus, we find no record of you. Please break off from your approach vector and maintain current distance until we can confirm. Cybertron, how long will this confirmation take? Regis Maximus, we are sending an envoy. Please establish orbit at your current distance and stand by. Control out. Wait a minute. Scratchercon, can you raise them again? Trying again. All we're getting is an auto response to the effect of please stand by. Discbot, any sign of this envoy? Nothing is heading this way. In fact, traffic out here seems to be cleared up a bit since we showed up. Could be they're scared of us. Bulkhead, Discbot, and Scratchercon hold us here.
I'm Jetfire, the envoy.
And I'm Dragon Optimus Prime.
We've had bureaucratic problems of every sort in recent years. And as such, no one is able to decide anything. They finally went to Optimus, who in turn suggested I be sent. And then they had to find me.
Optimus Prime?
Yes, Optimus Prime.
Oh, him.
That's odd. You act like you know a version of Optimus Prime as well.
I do. The last I heard, the Autobots, militarily anyway, led by a consensus of fleet commanders. Do you mean the Autobots here?
Only in wartime, but not in peace, of course.
Most of this crew hasn't been here since the Battle of Unicron 15 years ago. There hasn't been much communication since then.
But not you specifically. You look like you come from a slightly different timeline.
Seems to be a lot of Primes and other Transformers trapped here in time.
I see. I assume Prime will want to speak to you, assuming everything checks out.
Exactly what is it that needs to be checked out?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure. My orders are to investigate and verify the nature and intention of your vessel, whatever that may mean. You look like Autobots to me, but I doubt that just saying that would comprise a sufficient report to Cybertron's officials.
What about a top-down tour of the ship? We got lots of fun things around here.
That would be more than adequate. Remarkable. You travel by space folding. We've barely made headway into that field on Cybertron.
That was my reaction too. But it's quite common. The Decepticons do it as well.
Yep, it's not dangerous, really. It's not any faster than warping. Just safer and more energy efficient. Unfortunately, no one's been able to pervert it into a weapon so far. You do have a lot to report. I think I can safely declare everything checks out. And Prime is certainly going to want to talk to you.
Sure shot. You are absolutely the most independent-minded robot I've ever met. Thanks, I guess. I guess what I mean is I admire you a great deal. Always been very military, very disciplined, you know. Never question orders type. I didn't know if I could ever live my life the way you live yours, but I wish I could learn what it's like. Oh, it's just kind of instinct, you know. Sure shot, I'm asking you to join with me. Join what? Not join. Join, silly. As Firebird, I don't know much about your Maximo ways. You really don't know? I really have no idea what you're talking about. Aren't there female Maximals where you come from? No, I thought they were legend until I joined the ship a few months ago. We're the same age and everything, but yeah. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Ah. You are fully functional, aren't you? Yeah, fully. Yeah. In a multitude of techniques, a variety of pleasuring. Oh, you jewel, that's just what I want. Well, yeah, I'm fully functional, yeah. For what? Good. You'll find out. Beep. Oh. What's going on? What's going on? Beep.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Cybertronian-based Autobot forces. Welcome to Cybertron.
I'm Commander Draconis Prime of the starship Regis Maximus, attached to the 3rd Autobot fleet in deep space. We've come here hoping to repair catastrophic damage to our ship.
I, too, am Optimus Prime,
Jetfire has told me of your situation. I have arranged for you to receive what you need to repair your vessel and your comrades. But, if you can spare time from your command, I have many questions for you.
Shoot, Regis Maximus isn't going anywhere.
First, where to begin? There is so much. Start by telling me of this third fleet your ship is attached to. We have had no contact with unallied forces in living memory. First,
Unallied? The fleets are hardly unallied. The 5 main deep space fleets comprise about 90% of the Autobot army. Their third fleet is just that, the third largest of the fleets. Are your forces here not allied with the fleets?
aye, this is the Autobot army. How many of them are in these fleets?
Didn't catch your name. Are you another Optimus Prime?
No, I'm Ultra Magnus.
Hard to say exactly. There's about 100,000 ships total in the 5 big fleets, with all the usual crew and support.
100,000?
Yeah, I know, but it's all we can muster up. The Trons keep us on the run all the time. The fleets have to hide out in deep space to keep from being attacked.
You misunderstand me. We have long thought that our forces represented the bulk of the Autobot army. If what you say is true, you have contact with allies of enormous strength.
Enormous, that's maybe exaggerating a bit. Compared to the Cybertronian forces allied under the Liege, we're not all that impressive.
What do you know about the Liege? The League Maximo. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. Fleet Command's not even sure if it's a being or a group of beings. Its headquarters is called the Hub, but we have no idea where it's located. Logical place would be the Galactic Hub, where most of the Cybertronian Empire is centered. But we've been fighting them ever since time immemorial, and I haven't turned up a trace of it. Whoever and whatever it is, it's hands down the biggest decisions of the Empire and controls a lot of the firepower.
We've encountered a force of Transformers under a commander named X-Lawbot not long ago, who seemed to be accountable to this League. That was our first encounter with the Cybertronian Empire. Since then, we've gradually mapped out the extent of the Decepticons' holdings. I mean the early generation Decepticons. The ones who for the most part now answer to Megatron. But we're still uncertain of the extent of the Cybertronian Empire. We can show you where Tron territory ends. It's pretty common knowledge. Most of it is within the Orion Spur, where the stars are most dense. But it infringes in all directions, even further out than here. Some places it overlaps Decepticon territory.
You took X-Lawbot out? That's unbelievable.
We were not responsible for his deactivation. However, I can tell you that he's no longer functioning.
Wait till the fleet commanders hear this. Will they ever be happy? X-Lawbot's been a thorn in our side for I don't know how long. His divisions were colonizing fringe planets faster than just about any other in the Empire.
Fleet commanders? How did your forces grow so large when the Matrix was lost? Don't you mean the Allspark Cube? That was sort of the creation matrix. Your dimension kind of confused the two. Yes, very confusing. The line between good and evil, between Autobot and Decepticon, is decimated. I did not think there were enough Autobots in the whole galaxy to crew 100,000 ships.
What does this Matrix have to do with any of that?
When we left Cybertron, the creation matrix was the only way to make other Cybertronians.
Joinings. Hypermental direct hardware interface symbiotic joinings.
What are you talking about? We haven't done such things for eons.
You don't have joinings on Cybertron anymore? A joining's when two transformer minds have a complete interface. Not just a data transfer or short-term mind link, mind you, but a total interface. New Autobot. It's how I was created, and most of those I lead, too.
No, I haven't, Dragon Optimus. You must listen to me. When we encountered X-Lawbot's troops, I learned that they had arisen through the process of budding, one transformer giving life to the next. No such symbiosis was involved.
Asexual reproduction? That's disgusting. I never knew that. No wonder there were so many Trons running around.
Whatever your gut reaction may be, there are serious consequences from this procedure. X-Lawbot and his troops suffered from an utter lack of feeling or morality. As it was explained to me, other life forms simply had no significance to them. I believe they turned out this way because they pushed their generations beyond the numbers that Primus had intended, distilled its life force beyond its limits, watered it down until essentially it no longer existed. Without that life force, morality and emotion were utterly lost to time. And there was more. At the same time, I also discovered that as a race we somehow lost this memory of this reproductive method. A pre-primed fuse of some sort went off in all of us. Something genetically encoded by Primus, and the Transformers simply forgot. We were never meant to grow beyond a certain point, and yet it happened. Primus feared the very thing that has happened. Along the Cybertronians, this total lack of morality. This racial memory loss must have been intended to remove the knowledge of the joinees as well. I see what you're saying. And you think we're the same way, don't you? I fear for your generation, Dragon Optimus. I have read the reports of your attacks on the Decepticons. In many ways, they confirm my suspicions and fears. Your attacks are merciless. What are you saying? Have you stopped to consider how many lives you take every time you fire on one of those ships? We're at war, Prime. Those we kill are the enemy, the Decepticons. We aren't out to kill innocents any more than you are. The whole reason we do what we do is to protect innocents. Dragon Optimus, we are not just members of an army who can swoop in and kill whatever happens to be in our gun sights. The very thing that defines us as Autobots is the sanctity of life, all life. Lose sight of that, and we are lost. Are you really that naive? Do you think it's that cut and dried? Dragon Optimus, we are bound by morality to try and preserve life whenever possible. That extends from the lowliest microorganism up to the most evolved of organics and mechanicals. Even the Decepticons. The Decepticons are not life, they're death. The life of a Decepticon is the lives of 100 innocents saved. How many innocents have you killed? How many were in those cities you bombarded from orbit that you obliterated without a thought? This is war, Ultra Magnus. What choice do we have? How many were ultimately saved by our actions? Does that give us the right to lower our moral standards? Our code of ethics? Who are we to decide who lives and who dies? To do so would be no better than the Decepticons. You think life is all beautiful and we should just preserve every bit of it. The Decepticons are a stain on life, a cancer that will only destroy until it has destroyed itself. Step back for a minute, Prime. Get the big picture. I've been out there for millennia fighting the war. Where have you been? Dragon Optimus, listen to yourself. Look at what you're doing. Look down and see what you're trampled on. It is life, and as Autobots, it is our duty to protect that life. You have been destroying life, wantonly, indiscriminately, as far as I can see, with no remorse. My first duty has always been to stop the Decepticons. Always. I've been so caught up in it, everything else. Secondary. Friends, values, life. But I'm sorry. Oh gods. I forgot why. Oh gods. I'm so sorry. Dragon Optimus, you can move beyond this. Reaffirm your values. Change your ways. Protect life. And redeem yourself. Dragon Optimus. Dragon Optimus. Get him to the medical bay. He seems to have a brain malfunction. I am truly sorry, Night Racer. Every medic I've been able to summon has given me the same diagnosis. Psychologically induced catatonic shock. He still has to come out of it, as there is nothing we can do for him. In the meantime, if you are able, we must continue the debriefing.
Where did he leave off?
We only got to the preliminaries, unfortunately.
I see. What like? Dragon Optimus said you can tell us the extent of Decepticon territory, both that of the League Maximo and Megatron's Decepticons.
Yes, of course. I would need a holographic galactic map to show you.
I can get you the information in a more secured location.
And that would be best. After all, this is an infirmary.
You're going to have to do better than that, bro. Wrong. You're going to have to. Bang, you're dead.
Take off. You're just as dead as I am.
Now, you didn't think about it till I said something. I think you two should both be dead, the way you fly.
Oh, get out. Gotta figure out what we can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to do it better than him. Hoo-ah!
You should come on a chase run with us sometime.
They're fun. Great way to learn, too. Did you know that if you switch to robot form at top speed, you have almost a whole second to get turned around and get the drop on the other guy before you really start to fall?
Huh. Draco found out that the hard way this morning. I hosed him.
That's crazy. Why not just pull a tight loop and come in behind him?
Come on, that's so passé. We were doing that 2 days ago.
We got all this weaponry in robot mode. We should learn how to use it.
Well, at the risk of sounding indoctrinated, what do you think we're here for?
Well, to party, definitely. Well, to have as much fun as much of the time as possible.
To scale the greatest heights, to conquer the unconquerable.
To live the dream, to fulfill the vision, to uphold the code, blah, blah, blah.
Nah, forget that. Let's just stick to partying.
Yeah, the fun bit, but scratch all that other stuff.
Draco, let's move.
But Whirl's been shot.
Draco, come on, we've got to go.
But Whirl!
Come on, you slagheads, this way, eh?
Can't kill him, even if it's self-defense.
Come on, we've got to get out of here.
We can't just leave him. We gotta go.
They're surrounding us, no. They're surrounding us, no. Oh my.
No, my brother, you've been killed. No, what have I done? No, what have I done? I shall have my comeuppance. No, what have I done? Who are you? Before Cybertron was, I was. You are gazing at the face of Vector Sigma Prime. Well, one of the 12 original primes. I'm still dreaming, aren't I? A dream or a memory, it's all much the same thing here. Why have you come here? Why have you come to me? You tell me you are like the 1 in the 99. You mean like a lost cloven quadruped with fur all over it? Yes, a sheep. A black sheep, without any racial context. And a sudden urge not to kill indiscriminately anymore. Makes perfect sense. You're closer to me when on Cybertron. What must I do? What you need to do to save your people? Okay, but is Max's Carta there in the afterlife? Max's Carta is between this life and the next, as you will soon discover. You mind running by me that again? Where'd he go? This meeting is highly classified. This is our archival specialist, Blaster. Howdy, ma'am.
Pleased, I'm sure.
You know the security level of this meeting, correct?
Yes, I do. I'm Chief Tactical Officer of the Regis Maximus.
Top priority, most secret, as ordered by Optimus Prime, Commander, Autobot Army, Cybertron Base Forces.
I want you to make sure none of this data is lost. Please proceed.
Even now, the Cybertronians remain uncertain of our numbers, and that is our greatest advantage. They know little of our true strength. If they did, they would doubtless mobilize every resource they had against us, which would spell doom for the fleet.
Indeed, Ex-Lawbot recalled every battalion at his command in an effort to destroy a force of only a few hundred of us here in the Sol system near Earth.
So if Ex-Lawbot sent all his forces after you, how did you stop him?
We'd rather not go into detail about that just now. "35 of them.
Yes, astounding, isn't it? And frightening as well. We dispatched a courier ship to the fleets to notify them, but they're not much better equipped than we are to deal with it. Dragon Optimus agreed with me that it was the biggest strategic threat to the Autobots faced right now, and that destroying their shipyard should be a top priority.
You're certain the fleets will not deal with them?
Prime, you just saw my memories of these things, and I saw vid scans from Dragon Optimus of the place they're being built. They're on a completely different scale than the ships of our fleet.
Those ships and cruisers are many times larger than ours.
The Regis Maximus only survived barely because she's very, very hard to destroy.
And with the current bureaucratic mentality of the fleet commanders, it could take months until action is taken.
Are you suggesting we use brute force on them?
If we're going to have a chance against them, we must come up with more resources than we already have. And we've got to act on our own.
Yes, but we are not that large a fleet.
Yes, if there was a way, but I don't see how it could be done. The first of the ones from the shipyards could likely be finished in a few weeks or months.
I don't know how long it would take to build a counterforce of that size. Are you kidding? Constructing a force of ships on that scale will take years. During the Space Bridge Wars, the typical construction time for a mile-long cruiser was 3.47 years. Let's not dwell on what we can't do. So they will launch within a few months. Like it or not, we may have to resort to constructing a counterforce. Blaster, do you think you could help us locate an appropriate system? I believe so, yes. Our best bet would be to put it in deep space somewhere. And there's plenty of that out there. There are several attractive areas currently around Cybertron. Then there's the Frankel tract, a region of empty space historically void because of... It needs to be near a star. It's going to take a lot of energy.
Also, it will need a ready supply of raw materials.
That's true. Empty star systems of raw materials lying about. See, if time is of such importance, why build new ships when we have old ones lying around out there? Blaster, explain. Many of the vessels from the old Starship War still exist. Some crashed on planets, others are abandoned for various reasons. If we could find some of them ships, it would be much faster than building new ones.
If these ships were so easy to find, someone would have dug them up a long time ago.
Nightbeat. Blaster, if you can provide information on some of these ships, I would bank that Nightbeat can find out one of them for us. Sounds reasonable. Based on Nightbeat's past accomplishments, I'd say he could probably work something out from the data I have. He's pulled off more arcane miracles before, like the time he single-handedly kept the technology of the space bridge out of Decepticon hands, delaying their possession of it until quite recently. Then, of course, under your command, he was instrumental in locating both rats and...
I will call him at once. I am Nightbeat. The ship you're looking for is the Mercator. The Mercator. Commission 444.238.009. Length 4 mile. What happened to it? Right. Lost at the Battle of Benai. She took several direct hits and crashed on a planet whose energon levels were so high she had to be abandoned. Most of the crew ejected in orbital pods and were rescued. Added to the salvage list. Next is Desecrator. Desecrator, AOL class, length about a mile. 7 main guns. Lost in the Stinkabracka cluster, where there's virtually no light since most of the stars there are blocked out by dark matter. Despite numerous and repeated warnings, and despite the fact that the area is well documented, the ship passed too close to one of the black holes and erupted in flames before being sucked in and destroyed. No one had any clue what the captain was thinking. Next ship? The next ship is Destructor. Destructor, length 12 miles, 4 main guns, destroyed in battle in the Dagellan system, while defending the archives of alien technology located there. The archives were amazing, by the way, the largest collection of obscure... Next. Deterrent, length 0.7 miles, 3 main guns, natives of the Richara Nebulas, helped the Decepticons board and capture the ship during the Shriprit incident. They actually helped the Decepticons capture the ship? Yeah, the Rasheen were very partial to the Decepticons. Did we get it back? No, the ship was finally destroyed by Autobot ships after a tactically long and brilliant battle. Detonator, length 0.4 miles, 8 main guns, 3,004 crew. And what happened to it? Right. Destroyed at the Battle of Davindian, where it had been assigned to test out new equipment and designs. One of the stranger battles I've heard of, actually. 5 in a row. This is not very encouraging. Well, it seems we have several thousand to choose from. Well, this is getting a little pedantic. You might say silly. Excellency, we have analyzed data from over 1,000 ships so far, marked several dozen for possible salvage, and eliminated the remainder as destroyed.
Well, if you eliminate all the ones that were destroyed, this will go quicker.
You might say terribly. We've got a list of a few ships that we might get some spare parts from, if we can find them, otherwise nothing. Yeah, he means terrible. Don't give up yet. Even salvage is a help. I know you're giving it your all. Keep it up. Is there anything we can do for you? Not a thing, thanks. I am concerned that we might come up empty-handed here. If that fleet is as large as he claims, Prime, then there is no hope for us to stop it.
Well, there's an Autobot fleet, too.
No, it's just that I am also worried. It is possible they will come up empty-handed, and I am uncertain where that leaves us.
Cybertron, Optimus, they're going to attack somewhere. It doesn't matter where. Doesn't matter if it's Cybertron or some organic planet we've never heard of.
Lives will be lost. We must figure out a tactic before they get here.
And if the tact fails, it is bad, and they will strike.
You feel strongly about this? Yes, wouldn't any Autobot? I was wrong about Dragon Optimus and you. You're not typical of lost Autobots. No, they haven't entirely lost their passion, Optimus.
You're probably hearing about the joinings that freaked you out. Well, I don't like those.
Well, I was insensitive to your plight and jumped to conclusions, and I am sorry.
I appreciate it, Optimus Prime.
I imagine that such a process would be emotionally draining.
Well, yes, and I don't prefer males anyway.
I don't know why Transformers would have male-dominated gender in the first place. Yeah, it's like a sausage party in you most of the time. In ancient times, female Autobots were ruthlessly hunted by the Decepticons.
So there are only a few of them left on Cybertron, and you just forgot about all that.
Unfortunately, yes.
My partner would find this rather horrible and amusing.
Why don't you guys just call their leader on the phone and have him help us out? That never occurred to us. I don't know why. Blimey, this is the ship the Decepticons captured, the Vengeance. And they brought us here to the bridge. Autobots. Well, the captain hasn't said anything yet.
Autobots, come in. This place definitely gives me a creepy vibe.
Behold, I am Galvatron, your generous host. Didn't Prime tangle with this guy? My capturing you does not represent the will of the Decepticon Empire. But you had us on that station and let those two torture us. That was an unfortunate mistake, but I have them in my brig.
A bad idea, Commander. And so is taking the ship to Cybertron.
I made the decision. I'm going to stick with it. Something's not right about this guy. He's got a few screws loose.
We will be arriving in the system in a few hours.
Head full speed. Excellent. Notify me when we get there. You hauled me in here, sir. Why? When we get to Cybertron, you will take the ship and give it to Optimus Prime. What? Is this some kind of psychological trick? Megatron doesn't know I come out here. No. You remind me of someone.
My twin ex-Lawbot, perhaps.
I see. Why did you call me here?
I'm Alicon. Galvatron is not himself, literally.
It is odd. He did free us twice before, so what do you mean?
I can sense there are two discrete sparks about him.
Sparks. Come out, you terrible apparition. Hello, Galvatron. Did you miss me? Get away. No, you made me betray the Decepticons and come out here. Oh, our work together isn't finished yet. What do you mean by work together? I'm trying to get the hang of this out-of-body stuff, but yeah, there's still more work to be done. You think I wouldn't know that you're some sort of disembodied spark? The Matrix told you, huh? No, I figured it out on my own. I can tell when you're making stuff up. I'm kind of like a spirit guy. No. Yeah. Veneration 1. Veneration 1. Veneration 1, 0.6 miles. 3 main guns. After her 55th battle, the Battle of Boudinigan, the crew mutated and tossed the captain into space. They said he changed crews too often, sometimes using a group of crewers from only a single mission before bringing in a new one. Under her new commander, she had a high success rate, but after her 80th mission, the first Farin battle, she ran out of power and was abandoned. Those crewers who were rescued were quite fanatical in their loyalty to the ship, but she was destroyed by the Decepticons before a salvage effort could be made. Well, shame. Guess what? There's a Veneration 2. Veneration 2, commissioned as a highly controversial improved version of a namesake 2 years after the ship was lost, using many of the same crew. Served 12 missions with an abnormally high casualty rate before being destroyed at the second Ferryman battle. The Hulk was left adrift in space.
Don't tell me there was a Veneration 3.
No, planned but never constructed. Vengeance, length 0.2 miles. 6 main guns, 2,100 in crew. Commissioned 669.232.013. Entered active service. Wait, when was it commissioned? Must be a factual error. Not at all. Vengeance was built in secret approximately 200 Volms ago. A Celestia felt
to regain ground on the Decepticon fleet.
So, what happened to it? It disappeared.
Oh, wait a minute. Disappeared how? Where? I don't know. The rest of the files are classified. Classified? I tell you how to deal with classified.
Classified by who exactly? How can it be classified from us? Declassify.
Alright, here we go. Vengeance commissioned 669.232.013, length 0.2 miles, on and on, executed series of highly successful hit and fade attacks on Decepticon fleets and major military outposts. Ambushed twice in deep space. Fought off both attacks with heavy losses to the enemy and disappeared. Last heard from in deep space, presumably victim of a third ambush. Communication transcriptions follow. So where's the operative data?
Do we need the operative data?
I don't know. I've got a good feeling about this one. Well, let's get it then. I got a good feeling too.
How come all these names are messed up, like Vengeance? I thought you guys didn't like that.
Well, the last ship was on the list was the Zoth, and it disappeared about 31 years ago.
What, Optimus Prime? What are you doing here? This is technically one of our cousin ships. I am guarding the prisoners. Well, it looks like shoes on the other foot for these guys, doesn't it, Governor?
How humiliating.
Yes. You two should pipe down.
Oh yes, Regent Commander of the Autobot fleet. What are you even doing here?
I don't have to answer to you, Predacon. Well, they're in safe hands with him. You are Bulkhead, con officer of the Regis Maximus.
Yup.
Can you vouch for your commander and crew?
Yes, sir. They revived me on this planet and everything.
I see.
Max's Carter recently died, so we're kind of freaked out.
I see. You are Miss Firebird, tactical specialist. Can you vouch for your crew?
Honestly, I thought this was about screwing around on Deck 5. I didn't get pregnant or anything.
No, we are not here to delve into that.
No, besides, we're all the same species anyway. Sometimes you just gotta get the freak on.
Strangely, you remind me of somebody.
Well, I'm pretty popular on the top charts.
What? Not now, Blaster.
I can vouch for the members of my crew. We are all loyal Autobots. And some Maximals.
Maximals from the Beast Wars era? Won't that not happen for 300 years?
Space Bridge Wars caused all this mess.
It's already screwed up before the Space Bridge Wars.
Yes, the Orange Menace and the Earth Plague. How topical. You are Engineering Specialist Hoist of the Regis Maximus. You outrank Night Racer on the planet, on missions, but not on the ship.
I can vouch for the men under my command, too. It's been a rough ride getting here.
So, who's next? Who's next? Technically, she's not a member of the crew, but they adopted her.
I hope this isn't about the time that you and I... no, it's not.
So what do you want, sirs?
I am Optimus Prime, so you're not technically a member of the crew, but were adopted by them. Can you vouch for them?
Well, they are males. I guess that's the main problem with them.
Well, love between Transformers should transcend gender. We're all the same species, essentially.
I understand that gender among Transformers was a relatively new concept anyway.
It doesn't make sense considering we don't procreate sexually.
Some of us have learned to imitate.
That is not why we called you here, but thanks for the information.
You know the bureaucracy among the fleets is mostly males as well.
Well, you know, on that nearby planet Earth, they got fleshlings, and they're about half and half. They procreate sexually.
What was your rank, Andromedon?
City speaker, technically. Well, I was a spy.
So you were tortured by the Decepticons, but rescued by the crew of the Regis Maximus.
Well, yes, but we blew the relatively unoccupied city to bits. It was regrettable.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. To attack a city mercilessly is against the Autobot code.
They claimed it was war, Optimus Prime.
But you learn to love them anyway.
She is my partner. I love her. I see, but you do not need to demonstrate for us. That is not necessary.
Well, it's rather not, really. No, I learned to forgive them.
We're all the same species. Robots in disguise. We're all Cybertronians.
Damn, they pretty messed up, Prime.
You may go. Your report will give us much to think about.
Medbay to Optimus Prime, Medbay to Optimus Prime. Go ahead, Medbay. Dragon Optimus got up. He seems okay, and then he just took off. He's heading your way. Okay, thank you.
Understood. Send him up.
Dragon Optimus,
This is a classified meeting. Are you sure you're up to this?
Well, I'm raring to go as I'll ever be.
I will vouch for his expertise.
Well, if you can find the Starship Vengeance, you can come aboard. I can find the Starship Vengeance. Happens to be the command ship of our Megatron. I can handle it, trust me. I would advise you not to count on that. No one else on Cybertron has your experience with large ships, so you're the logical choice to command such a vessel, if there are no other takers. I'll deal with that when the time comes. It might be better to deal with it before then. I can find another commander to run the mission if you don't feel you are prepared to handle every contingency. I can handle it, trust me. It's this kind of important to me to do this for a couple of reasons.
You gonna repair Regis Maximus? Having talked to several members of your crew, I now conclude that you are actually loyal Autobots. A little lost and confused, but loyal Autobots nonetheless. I will help you rebuild your ship. Thank you, Optimus Prime. And I apologize if we were a little hard on you earlier. Well, that's alright. I was wrong, too. I still haven't called his commander, though, to get confirmation. Our Optimus Prime could come here and meet you. Some of your little Autobots have learned the concept of unconditional love.
Oh no, he talked to Sure Shot too, didn't he?
No, I believe it was your partner, Windblade.
That'll do it. This has been a fun mission, hasn't it? Ugh.
Maxis Carta, good luck wherever you are. Their leader showed up on that Decepticon ship that just showed up. The Vengeance, which used to be an Autobot ship. But they stole it. Now we got it back. Yes, and he would appear to be a time-trapped Optimus Prime. Yes, a part of me exists in both dimensions. In the 2040s, and now back here in the 2020s. You command thousands of Cybertronian Autobot ships. Yes, because of the anomalies that allowed us to be in the present, the future, the distant future, and in the distant past. Might as well be a multi-user serial hallucination at this point. Your blaster is as silly as our blaster. What's even more silly is there are so many Optimus Primes here. Well then, cousin, welcome to Cybertron. Hope you don't mind if we bring in the rest of the fleet on this as well. Only if the Decepticons are going to amass theirs. If they do, this solar system is in danger, and the whole galaxy. Well, the humans might not even know about it. They're locked inside. A space bridge war going on in Earth orbit, they wouldn't notice. I find that hard to believe. At least we are relevant and topical again. If the Decepticons come here, we all gonna be screwed. Then we must prepare for them. Oh, Dragon Optimus, you're just in time. Let's kick Megatron's tail across the galaxy. Hooah! We must prepare for the Decepticons, or this mission is unattainable. Hooah! Hooah! Autobots, move out!
One of the damaged ships mentioned in the log entry has resurfaced. Yeah, Dragon Optimus, you won't believe the adventure we were on, or who rescued us. Very curious indeed. Well, don't leave me in suspense. We seem to have found the defector from the Decepticons. He brought the vengeance here. What have I done? They're Galvatron, apparently. A most curious development. You think?
Apparently, the Vengeance was damaged in battle. They were an enormous fleet yard and space station.
Yes, in the Kendrick system, or Firelight if you like.
Well then, welcome to Cybertron.
There goes the neighborhood.
What have I done? I'll never be welcomed in the ranks of the Decepticons again. Well, this has been an interesting couple of days, hasn't it?